do? What it do? It's your boy Bandit, and y'all know it's here with another episode of Detroit. What up, though? By myself. Y'all don't know where they at, but I'm gonna let y'all know who I do got in the building with me. Starting with Papa.
Hey, what up, Joe? How's everybody doing?
Good with you, Chris?
Doing great myself.
Yes, sir. And you know we got Mr. Michigan Man himself, Rich.
For sure, Richard, man. How everybody out doing? What's up, though?
Doing all right. Also, back once again, and I appreciate this, brother. Since I met him, we ain't nothing but good vibes and good people. You feel me? Ed.
What's good with you?
What's good with y'all, man?
Can't complain, bro.
First thing I gotta ask y'all, how was y'all Valentine's Day?
I don't celebrate such.
What?
I don't celebrate that.
I don't really celebrate that much either.
Shit, I bought my daughter something. That was it.
Damn, cold world. Cold world. All right, we're gonna get into a couple hot topics I came up with. You feel me? Starting with the Tigers brought in some new people. You feel me?
Yeah.
Chris, I'm gonna let you start with this one. You want to introduce us? Talk about?
Yeah, I mean he's a good middle reliever. He's nothing special. He'll be a good player from here and there, but I mean I don't see much value in this. But when it comes to pitchers, we got Chris Fetter, and he can pretty much help anybody. So I mean he'll be an innings eater, like middle relief. He'll be good. I mean he's a signing. I mean, that's what he is.
Well, Chris, I'm gonna let you know this guy is the end of the game guy. Very good. He hasn't had an ERA over 3 since 2019. He's coming off a 2.11 ERA. He is old. He's 35, but I do like it to solidify the end of the bullpen. Again, a closer.
Hey, your thoughts on the new person we signed?
Solid signing, good depth in the bullpen. I mean, Conley's been solid for a while. He's had a decent career. You know, throws a good changeup, whatnot. So I said, what do you say? We're like a 38% whip rate, anything like that. Yeah, it's a solid guy.
Yeah, to me, this is just another innings eater. I mean, he hasn't done a whole lot. I mean, his ERA is low, but that's what you expect of a guy that only pitches 1 or 2 innings. This is absolutely what you expect. So it's just an in. It's an in. Like if he had like freaking 20 saves or something. Like if he was a good. He doesn't even have he has 4 career saves. Like he's a middle reliever. He eats a few innings a game. And
what are you looking at, Chris? He has 8
I'm
careers.
looking at his stats right now. Like literally.
Me too.
2024, 211, no saves, 42 innings.
He had 1 save last year.
Sorry, 1 freaking save. Okay, oh, God. Like that's like nothing. That's like a nothing.
Better than none, I suppose, right?
What?
Exactly.
One better than none, I suppose, man. At the end of the day, man, he's a depth guy. You know, I can tell. I see both sides of it. Man. But he's not a world beater by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
he's a solid.
Exactly. That's why when I'm saying he's a nothing, that means it's not a sign that I'm going woo. Like it's he's going to get you 2 innings when he pitches. That's what he's.
I trust him over Foley. I bet you that.
Yeah, but that's a good point for any guy though. I don't trust Foley any farther than I can throw him.
And they got to make you closer. That's what I'm saying.
Now, if he comes in and he becomes your closer, and he gets you saves and he's consistent, I'll come back and say I promise you this. I didn't expect it. But this guy is I mean, he doesn't. He just doesn't. He's just a two inning a game guy. That's what he gets you. I just don't see. He's just a normal guy. Like
depth signing, man. He's a depth
yeah,
signing.
that's what I'm getting at. That's what he is. I'm sorry I didn't use the word depth signing, but that's what he is.
That's it. I mean, I would agree, man. He's a solid guy. Good, good middle innings reliever. Decent. I don't even say good middle innings reliever. As I said, throws a solid changeup. I think he throws the changeup probably majority of the time he's pitching. I mean, it's a little signing, man. Nothing special. 1-2 innings a game, like Chris is saying. That's about it. And if he's pitching any more than that, two guys above him are hurt. So that's it.
Let's talk about another signing that we had. Mr. Jack, how you pronounce his last name, Chris?
Flattery.
I'm gonna let you start off with this one. How you feel about the signing?
Who, me?
Excuse me.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I don't know. I like those guys. I like to rotate, so let one of them go first.
Rich?
Yeah, man. I like it, man. He's to be your number 2. He's coming off a World Series with the Dodgers. He wanted to come back, so I mean, if Scooble, didn't blow his phone up trying to get him to come back, but he did have an interview where he was asked, if you're not on the mound, who else would you trust? And he said Jack. So, I mean, I think he's a big part of the culture of the team. He wanted to come back. He's a good number 2. Shit. This one I like.
I mean, try to do what they should do. Bring him back. Wants to be here. It's good. You know what I'm saying? But it's solid, man. I really don't have much to expound upon with that. I just think that's a signing that should have been made. This is the type of guy that you want. As Rich says, not your number 1, but he's a excellent number 2, I would say. Like him as a player, man. Want to keep him around. He wants to be around. Good for the culture, and he can also, get us production like he's been doing. So, hey, absolutely.
I do think if we had him in the playoffs last year, we beat the Guardians.
I think so too.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because we'd have one less game where we have to pitch.
Chaos.
Yeah.
All right. Another signing we're going to talk about is welcome to Detroit, John. I'm going to call him Bubba, but what's his last name?
Yeah, I think.
Rich, I'm going to start with you, man. How you feel about this signing?
This one is kind of puzzling, man, because he does get strikeouts, but he's wild. He had last year he was in 54 games, 59, was 0-6, pitched about 60 innings, struck out 67, but had an ERA in the 5. That's really high for a bullpen guy.
Great.
I think the guy is mid at best. I mean, once again, I think it's another veteran depth signing, to be very honest with you. I actually think Rich described him perfectly. I mean, to be very honest with you, I can't really expound upon that even further. I mean, it's a guy that if he's pitching too much, guys are hurt. that's it. I mean, that's pretty much all, man. I think, to be real with you, I think a signing like him kind of highlights the reluctance of ownership to really actually spend some real money. He's a solid dude, but he's nothing to write home about. We could have found better pitchers, even as a depth signing than John Brebbie. As far as that's how I feel about it. Mid, just a depth guy, should barely see him the entire season. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't even know why we signed this guy. I think I could throw a dart at a dartboard and get a better player for probably the same price. But I mean, his whip is terrible. I mean, it is a 1.3 from last year. That, and even the year before that, it was 1.1, which is, I mean, I could tolerate that, but yeah. And I can't accept a 586. I mean, shoot, I'll bring up a AAA player and get the same production. I mean,
and they gave him $5.5 million.
Yeah, don't remind me. But I mean, I don't care about money anymore because I mean, I used to it was a big deal on that because I'm used to football and salary cap. At this point, I don't really care about the money, but I just don't like a guy that you could just pull from the minors who could help you out and grow with the team versus a guy that's on AARP at this point, which at this point, any player that's above 33 years of age, I think we're going to sign him.
So it's signings like this, man, that makes you wonder, okay, why do, prospects like Schemes or Painter or Joby have to wait, years to get called up? Like you I agree with Chris 100%. You may as well just let those young dudes pitch. If this guy is in the bullpen rotation, I mean, am I wrong, guys? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong, man. I mean, is my logic, am I betting something here? Like, if you may as well let them young dudes pitch. If this guy is on a 1 year, $5 million deal, what did they give him? They gave him a club option for 2026 too, right?
Yeah. What's funny is the only reason why I don't really second guess their decisions on pitchers is Chris Fetter is just he's our coaching staff. He might come in and this dude might be the best closer or setup man ever alive. Like,
yeah, we got the bullpen whisperer. Yeah, I like that. But still,
you got a mastermind as our goddamn head coach, basically. Like,
yeah,
he's a mad scientist. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel you, man. I'm just saying, man, the guys like this can still maintain a job. You may as well let some of these young dudes from the minors come up to stage, man. With the numbers that Brebbie has been pitching the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's just weird because it seems like we're almost playing Moneyball, and it's like, what is it? Chris Illich and AJ Hinch and Fetter, they get in a room and he goes, "I'm only gonna allow you this much money in this story. That's all you get." And he goes, "Okay, well, I think I can work with this guy. I think I can work with this guy, and that's it."
The only I know you say money's not big in you because baseball don't have a salary cap. All right, you're right. The only reason I pointed out, so you gave Canley 7, you gave Bradburia 5.5, you gave Cobb 15. Canley Jansen signed a 1 year, $10 million contract. I'd much rather have him as my closer than Jason Foley.
I'd much rather consolidate that.
So would I.
Huh?
I would have much rather consolidated that money and get Bregman here. That's what I would have done. Hey, I'm not here. That's ridiculous. I mean, I'm going to say, there's $50 million worth of contracts to bum. If we sign Bregman, we win the pennant, without a doubt. If we sign Bregman and we don't win the pennant, that is one of the most colossal failures of the last 10 years in Major League Baseball. Yep. The guys out there to go get them. You have everything else. Go get them. Win. It's not rocket science. And it goes back to the fact that if you're not willing to do as an owner what it takes to win, sell your team. It's like MJ told Abe Poland, if you can't make a profit, if you're not locked into winning, sell your team.
Yep.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Because when you start going to the postseason, you start playing good. Fans will come and you'll fill the stadium and you'll make your profit. That's
right.
But I'll tell you what, baseball isn't football. Because football, people are going to come regardless. Baseball, you need to attract them. You need
You
to
do.
put butts in the seats. So
You got to win games, man.
you can only do that two ways. You either bring in big name players. You can lose, but you bring in big name players, and you're going to fill the seats, or you got to win. That's it. That's the way. So I mean, I really hope that we're in the playoff hunt the whole season, because the fan base is going to kill the organization. If they don't do good.
Totally agree. Talk about somebody who is doing good. Where would you rank Screwball right now in all MLB right now? Not just pitching, all MLB.
Oh, all of MLB?
All MLB.
Dang, give me a second here. I mean, I already saw the results, but I mean,
Cheater.
of course I'm a cheater. I'm
He
not.
was ranked 11th.
Yeah,
Cheater. You just Googled it.
yeah.
No, I did not.
I saw it earlier. Yeah, we've already seen the top 100.
Yeah.
I knew it before. I knew it earlier in the day, but at the end of the day, I mean, the biggest downfall for pitchers is that they only pitch every like 5 days versus batters. So it's very tough to rank them high. So 11 is really good.
He was the number one pitcher.
Yeah, that's really good for a pitcher.
Yeah,
Get that high.
I agree with that. I mean, frequency absolutely does matter. I mean, if you're just looking at it, in terms of frequency, if I'm evaluating from frequency like Chris is doing, which I think is fair because you kind of have to, then I think that makes sense where he's at. All right, and I think him being 11 while being a pitcher, that goes to show you he's very highly respected in the league. However, I mean, in terms of say impact, I would say in terms of the impact of the player in general, not paying attention to position, I would say Scooble is top 5. And it's because I would always rate the best pitcher in the league top 5. That's just how I do things. In terms of say, if I'm thinking impact, you know what I'm saying? He is by far the best pitcher in MLB right now. And I don't really think it's close.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting a guy, if I'm trying to evaluate a guy's impact on the Diamond Man, Scooble is for me is top 5. But in terms of how it's going to be looked at by a consensus of baseball fans, I think Chris has a good. I agree with Chris' barometer of evaluating it.
I mean, I agree too, because how many pitchers could do what he did last year, especially at the end of the year, where you're carrying your team, you're the only starter, like literally.
Yeah.
You know, so what that means is, even though he don't pitch a lot of complete games, he's going 7, he's going 8.
Yeah.
He's making his outings short on the bullpen so that they could be stretched out in the other 4 games. That's very impressive.
On this list, the only thing I don't agree with, I don't agree Chris Sale being 20th. I think he should be better because you can't, and I get it, it's probably all hype, but Paul Skeens, he was a rookie last year. You can't put him 15th, because if you're putting Scooble up at 11, Sale won the Cy Young for the National League. He should be second in the pitching category. Zach Wheeler shouldn't be up there either. He does have a good team behind him, though. So, I mean, I see why they did that. But the Pirates, they normally suck every year, or they're mid at best every year. So,
see, that's why I also go ahead.
The one thing I could see maybe the thinking around Sale is, what is that? Was last year his first healthy season in 5 years?
yeah, but you could say the same thing for Scooble too.
He was still more healthier than Sale has been over the last 5.
Are you sure? Because I don't even think Scooble got over 100 innings last year. Or the previous year, I'm sorry. But I could be wrong.
You look up Scooble, I'll look up Sale.
Okay, cool. That's perfect. So in 2023, Scooble only pitched 80 innings. Previous to that, he pitched 117.
So between 23, 22, and 21, so between 3 years, Sale only pitched 149 innings.
Oh, wow. Okay.
21, 22, and 23 combined.
21, 22, and 23. Yeah, I mean, Scooble pitched more than that. That's easy. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was that injured. That's a surprise because I've always known him as a really good pitcher. So,
Hey, it's all good. Hey, it's fair. Hey, we looked it up. We came out. We give the people the right answer. Hey.
Yeah, that's what I like. Cool. Awesome.
Anything you want to add on just before we get to the next subject?
I wish I knew who was in the top 10, though. That'd be nice.
I agree with the Sale take.
Did they come out with a top 10?
They probably did. We just because Scooble was on it, that's why we see this one.
We'll have it for next show. All right, next topic. We are rumored to bring in a player that's been toxic everywhere he goes, but he has been productive. Haven't been really an injury-prone player until this year, so I say it's a bad fit, but everybody's talking about it. You're talking about bringing Stephon Diggs into the line.
Man, this shit's really starting to get me irritated. We don't need a freaking wide receiver. Cooper Kupp, Stephon, we don't need them. Like, at all. Like, this shit is getting so irritating. Lions fans, Lions media, every time there's a big name released, oh, the Lions should go get him. They should go get him. That's the least of my worries right now. A guy like someone we're going to talk about later, I would be absolutely fine. Or if you want to draft, we don't need there's not enough balls to go around on offense.
Pause.
Man, that shit is so good. So
I know it is. I couldn't help it. I didn't want to say it, and I know you don't like it, Richard, but I just wanted to say it once.
But like, it really is. It's starting to irritate me, Bandit. Like, we don't need it. And so what? Like you said, he's a problem child. So you know you're not going to get 100 targets.
Oh, he's a diva. He's a diva.
So then you're going to start crying. Man, no, I'm good. I'm sorry. Let me get off
my party and I
Richard, I agree with you. I'm tired of every time a guy's released, I don't care what position it is. There was one earlier today. They released a running back, and we were already posting in one of my other group chats. I was like, we don't need any running backs. We've got
Mostert. Mostert. That's who, Mostert.
Yeah, I was like, we already got our running back room. Why do we even do this? The Lions fan base does this all the time in media. They just, I mean, I know it's clicks, but this, if you want this guy, you don't want to win.
Hey, hold on. I can see the Mostert pickup. Why?
Why?
Craig Reynolds' contract is up, right?
You got Vaki, you got Monty, and you got Gibbs. You don't need them.
You don't need another. You could literally get a running back in the draft in the 5th or 6th round to fill the void of.
Hell, you got Jamar Jefferson if you want to go that route.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, being a third running back.
I mean, he's playing all right.
Hey, your thoughts on Stephon Diggs, man, to the Lions, man?
It's not going to happen. You know, the rumor is just media fodder, man. It's not going to happen.
Chris, I think we already know you. Chris, I think we already know your feelings about it too.
Yeah, I know. I think this is just crazy. This is crazy talk, man. I can't even. Next topic.
Next topic.
Hey, you gotta take this topic seriously.
That's right. Next topic on Detroit What Up Though. You know, it's Valentine's Day. And some people, you know, don't see people for a long time, you know. and then they get reunited in a place to be. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Detroit Lions have just hired former Georgia Tech running back coach, that coach Jahmyr Gibbs. And I didn't know too much about the player, but let's see what Jahmyr Gibbs had to say about him signing, why he signed to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I think I had like 28.
And you decided to go to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, because my running back coach, Tashard Choice.
You had 28 offers and decided to go to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I just told you why.
That is crazy.
Your running back coach from high school went there or what?
Nah, he just he's a great coach. You know, he's down to earth dude. Had a lot of trust in him.
I'm saying, who was your coach?
So why'd you leave?
Tashard Choice.
Chris, you know anything about the guy?
I don't know him personally, but I know he was the coach for Jahmyr Gibbs when he was in college. So I think this is a good signing because it's good familiarity, and I think it's going to work well.
Ed?
A good signing. I mean, it's clearly based on getting, more out of your best offensive player, somebody who he likes. That's his boy. So bring him on to the coaching staff. He's, proving that he can coach.
Rich?
Man, I actually think it's huge, man, because he is a well-known coach. He was at Georgia Tech. He was in Texas last year. He's coached Bijan Robinson. He's coached Jahmyr Gibbs. Like I said, he's a well-respected coach. I heard the Cowboys wanted him, and he told them no, which I don't know for sure.
I like him already. I like him better already.
The Cowboys.
But I don't think it's a coincidence that Jahmyr Gibbs is starting to trend towards stardom, and you go get his favorite coach. I don't think that's a coincidence. That's just my opinion, guys.
I agree.
Totally agree, too. All right, since we just brought in a running back coach, you feel me? Former running back coach Scotty Montgomery is going to be the wide receiver coach. He's taking over for where Randall was when he went to the bullshit-ass Bears. Rich, let's start with you, man. How you feel about the move? Do you think it's gonna work out and moving from running back coach to wide receiver coach? I know one thing the wide receivers won't be doing this year is fumbling the ball.
Hold on, let me check something out. Unless someone else knows this and I don't have to look it up. He was a wide receiver coach before. Who was it? Was it Pittsburgh?
Ooh.
He was.
You're gonna have to look it up because I can't remember.
All right, come back to me. I'm looking it up right now.
Talk about Scotty Montgomery?
Yes, sir.
Trying to think.
Yeah, because I mean,
I know. So he was. I know he coached for Maryland and East Carolina. Talk about the league, though, right? Pittsburgh. No, he coached for Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure.
Was he the wide receiver coach at Pittsburgh?
Yeah. Okay, I was right. So 2010 to 2012. So Antonio Brown was on that team, correct?
Yeah.
So
our receivers gonna be kicking people in the face with their foot. You feel me? That's what you telling me?
Nah. So I like it, man. I think it. He's gonna bring a different. Randall L. I think was a good coach. He was respected. But I don't think it's gonna hinder, or they're gonna take a step back or anything. And I think we're good.
If I say fuck Ben Johnson, it's fuck Randall L too. Chris, move.
I like the move. It goes to a position that he used to be a wide receiver. So, it kind of goes to his strength. And I don't know if going from running backs coach to wide receiver coach is a promotion or a lateral movement, but maybe it because he's been a running back coach and now he's a wide receiver coach, it makes him a better look for being an offensive coordinator later down the line. So maybe that's the move eventually. So
I think it's a lateral move because he's still assistant coach.
yeah.
He just went from running a one position group to another.
I just think it makes him more well-rounded for a possible offensive coordinator job down the line. It could be the heir apparent if we ever were to get rid of the one we currently have now.
I like the way you think.
Sometimes I'm old, so I got that dial up.
Even as a coach, though, it shows your willingness that you're willing to change to bring in another coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, solid. I like it. Even just looking at it from a simplistic viewpoint, man, I think if, Dan believes in him, I believe him. It's that simple. I think Dan's not going to make moves that he believes that are not going to be fruitful. He's not going to give guys jobs just for the sake of having a job. So he couldn't believe in that position. I think it goes back to his strengths, of coaching wide receivers.
Let me add one more thing to this, Bandit.
Got it.
I want to add this in a whole. To all the Lions fans that were worried about all the coaches that we lost this offseason, what this has proven, Dan is what we've heard. Dan has respect from players, former players, coaches. He's got many relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps on churning. You're going to start hearing the Dan Campbell tree. Like that, to me, this is what this is proven. He's able to get young guys that need to improve, young coaches that are respected, elder coaches like was that Rodgers, the Tampa Bay defensive line coach, to come over here? Like, that's what it showed me, is that this guy don't have to stress or nothing. It's just in and out, in and out. That's what I learned this offseason.
Okay. Happy Valentine's Day to you too, Tori. If y'all don't know that story, Lady Lions fan report, Lady Detroit fan report. Happy Valentine's Day.
Also, a big fan favorite of our closer, Mr. Foil.
Oh my God! Don't get that started. We're not doing that this year. Tori, we ain't doing it this year.
Foil himself.
For sure. Next topic we're gonna get into. We had a lot of coaches. We had a lot of people leave, new people coming in.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this is the people that we brought in. Chris, you want to go over the list for us? And I have a question.
Yeah, Johnny Morton becomes our offensive coordinator. David Shaw becomes our passing coordinator. You just want me to read them, or do you want me to talk about them?
We're going to talk about it afterward. Go ahead.
Okay. Mark Brunell, tight ends coach, which is odd, but anyways. Tashard Choice, running backs coach. Scotty Montgomery, wide receiver and assistant head coach. I don't know how to pronounce Tyler's last name. I think Rahul.
I think that Mark Brunell one's wrong.
Okay.
I think he's a quarterback coach still.
I think, I was going to say he was a quarterback's coach, but I could have been wrong. But now that I see that the other guy is a tight ends coach, I think it is a typo. Hank Fraley, offensive line and run game coordinator. And then Dan has built and has another impressive staff for 2025 and beyond. It's yet to be determined on how well this will. It looks good on paper, but we'll see. Maybe we'll do a different. I think our game plan might. It won't change a whole lot, but maybe our scheming will be a little different, whether it's on offense or defense.
How you think? The current people we're going to do is change this team, and can we take the next step? That's the question.
I mean, I think it all goes back to Dan. I mean, if Dan believes in these guys, I believe in these guys. I don't see anybody here who I think is out of place. I think all of these hirings and appointments make sense. And we just have to let these things continue to mature and develop. If Dan's not going to have just lame ducks there, man, on this coaching staff. If he doesn't believe in these guys' ability to coach, Dan's not going to blow smoke up anybody's behind and give them a job they don't deserve. So, one thing I do want to touch base on that, fans need to kind of realize coordinators come and go. Coordinators last for the season. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If you got a guy that's been a so-called elite coordinator on the team for more than probably, I would say 3 seasons, is top. He's not that good. He's not that good. Or that team is just absolutely vaunted. They're paying him a hell of a lot of money. If he's on that coaching staff, if you got Ben Johnson who's been around for let's say 3 years is the max, got a job. You got Aaron Glenn's been on 3 years is the max, got a job. That's what you should expect if these guys are really top flight talents as coaches. And so that's something that we need to get used to. This whole paranoia about we had a window to win, and now that these coordinators are gone, we don't have a window. Man, cut it out, dude. All of our players are young. And that's just buffoonery to the max. So I like the coaching staff. I think Dan got the guys in there that he wanted and got everybody that he was gunning for. So we should be excited about that.
And I think a lot of the coaches that come to our team is going to have an appeal to come here because they see that other people are going to get jobs other places, so they're going to want to come here and do good. So
yeah, I agree.
Rich.
Hey, can I share something about John Morton that Leo wrote in the general chat describing John Morton?
Yes, you can.
So someone
you gotta say it poetic though. You gotta say it poetic, like be or to not to be. That's your question. Thou Leo have wrote it and said. No, just playing. Go ahead, man.
So the question was asked to Leo whether it would hurt golf or not. And he said kind of, but not really. Golf traditionally loves his rhythm route, first read, but the approach is different. But I like where he starts his first read. The way Andy Reid / Gruden has taught the read, because it's going to be like more of a West Coast offense. Mm-hmm. The way Andy Reid / Gruden has taught the reads is you read the field from the deepest route to the shortest route. Because traditional West Coast uses the entire field to put a route in, golf wants to lock on where he wants to go. In Ben's offense, this gets him in trouble. The design of routes was made for the specific wide receiver for that play. That was Ben Johnson's offense. Because traditional West Coast has routes on all phases of the field, even when golf predetermines where he wants to go, the defense still has to defend the whole field. The other thing is less option routes. Ben's offense had had an option for every route. Traditional West Coast has one option route. This is a very smart move by Dan, knowing that golf locks onto wide receivers, and instead of changing him, he is going to draw coverage away so that golf can be who he's always been. I'm telling you, Dan Campbell is very aware of golf's weaknesses. These coaches' moves speak to this. That was from
what he did was golf-proof the offense.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He golf-proofed the offense.
Golf-proofed the offense. That's
Jared.
Go ahead.
Jared is what he is, bro.
That's a beautiful.
I don't know. Like my phone has been doing this. I don't know if you guys can hear that vibration. I don't know what that's about, but it'll go away soon. I'm not sure what that's about. It's like the 3rd time it's done it today.
Go ahead, bro. Tell us about
yeah, man. So I think that article is exactly correct. Dan Campbell knows exactly what he has in Jared Goff. He knows what his quarterback is, man. Jared Goff is not a super elite talent like a Pat or anything like that. That's it. We have a good quarterback. We don't have a great one. Jared Goff is not a great quarterback. Now that being said, I have to come out with the pitchforks and everything else like everybody else did. But Jared Goff, if you're great, let's say this: If you're great, you don't play like Jared has played the last 2 seasons in the postseason. If you're great.
Oh, that NFC Championship game against the 49ers was not Jared Goff's fault.
Yeah, yes, it was. Jared Goff left 21 points on the board. Yes, it was. Throwing ducks. Yes, it was.
Whoa, no.
Throwing ducks. Yes, it was.
Tips wide open before half for the touchdown.
Exactly. Jared Goff literally missed 3 touchdowns on the right, 21 points right there on the board, man. And then we're going to blame it on. Like, come on, man. He's the one throwing the ball at the end of the day. Who's the highest paid player on the team?
Yep.
You all right, baby?
I got over here. I got stuck in the balloons, baby. You feel me?
No, like I said, I'm not one of these guys that's going to talk about, talk all this trash about Jared, and as I said, come with the torches and pitchforks for him at the same time. But he's a good player, not a great player. That's just like anybody who's trying to lobby for anybody who's trying to say that Jared Goff is a great player. What is the barometer of that then?
He's my quarterback, man.
So what? So what? Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this then, Bandit. Is Will Howard an elite NFL draft prospect?
Oh, we gotta go that way. Wait a minute.
No, I'm asking. He's your quarterback, though. He's your quarterback, right? So this is the same. This is the same juxtaposition. Where is he? So you're saying because he's your quarterback, Goff should be thought of as an elite NFL player, right? Chris and Rich, stop me if I'm reaching. But to Bandit's point, he's saying the barometer at which he's judging this, since he's the quarterback for his team, Jared Goff must be looked at in an elite light. Okay, so let's scale this to his other team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Is Will Howard, because he's your quarterback, is he an elite NFL draft prospect then, by the same barometer?
The Buckeye.
He can't even look at you, Angel.
Look, as I'm saying, I know it. Let me speak. Exactly.
Wait. Y'all ain't gonna put me on the stand and let me speak.
Okay, go ahead.
The Buckeye in me.
No, before you answer, right? Keep in mind, both questions are yes or no questions.
The Buckeye in me requires me not to answer that question. Like what he said on the stand, I don't recall.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't recall.
Ed, Will Howard couldn't even beat Michigan.
I don't recall. But he won an Natty, though.
I'm a Michigan man, right?
That championship.
Let me say this, right? I'm a Michigan man, bro. I'll be the first one to tell you Davis Warren will be somewhere selling enterprise insurance next year.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's a bum.
Who won an Natty?
Alex Orji is delusional. Instead of transitioning to tight end, which he was offered to do by Sharon, because Sharon still likes his athleticism, right?
Bro, y'all basing Will Howard on that one game. What about the whole playoff college, to the national championship, the run he had?
All right, watch this. Well, I'm not going to get sucked into that. I'm not going to get sucked into that. Let me say this. Bandit, a yes or no question was posed about 5 minutes ago. Is Will Howard an elite NFL draft prospect? Yes or no?
College football and NFL football is two totally different things.
I didn't ask that. I didn't ask that.
What?
I didn't ask that. I asked a specific question. By your barometer, since he's your quarterback for your college team, therefore, is he an elite draft prospect? The same way I'm asking you, just because Jared Goff is a starting quarterback for our Lions, is he an elite NFL quarterback? Either one of those guys elite in the league.
College football.
I'll extend the question. I'll meet you halfway. Are either one of those guys elite in their respective leagues, college and pro? Are either one of those guys elite?
He's a game manager.
No game manager is elite.
I didn't say it was Lamar Jackson or somebody like that.
Lamar Jackson's not elite.
Bro, you here we go.
He's not. The cat's out of the bag on that one, man. This was the final year. Watch this, fellas. This was the final. Drew, Bree, we've all talked about this. We talked about this the last show. This was the final year people consider Lamar Jackson as an elite quarterback. Stats for what? You never win, dude. And your teams are loaded, and you never get the W. And who is the one always crumble? Let me ask you this: what's the difference between Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson in terms of getting results?
So Josh Allen ain't an elite quarterback either. Then.
No, look at where Josh Allen actually gets you. Josh Allen actually wins playoff games.
What? He don't get you to the Super Bowl, though.
No. Has Lamar Jackson won a playoff game?
Yeah, I think he has won a playoff game.
When?
He won a playoff game this year.
Hey, brother, man, do you think they get in if the Steelers didn't gas out at the end of the league at the end of the season?
That's not what you asked me. Since we go over what you asked me,
Okay, so he won one playoff game. How many playoff games has Lamar Jackson won in 4 years?
I don't know how to
I'm
Google
looking
it.
it up.
Okay,
I follow the Lions. I follow
exactly.
the Lions. I follow Ravens.
So exactly, Lamar Jackson is nothing but Dak Prescott East.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Just like Jared Goff, Jared Goff is Dak Prescott North.
He is 3-5.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. Bullshit.
That kid still looks like Dady's kid.
Sure does.
Lamar's 3-5 in the playoffs.
Angel.
That's LeBron's stats.
LeBron, but Jay Ray said LeBron to go. I'm not. Right there.
And
Who is everybody?
Hold on a second. Hold on. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Josh Allen is 7 and 5.
Ed actually kind of know what he's talking about sometimes. Only sometimes. Just sometimes though. I'll be off tomorrow. Trust me. I'll be out there looking like Brebby tomorrow. But tonight I'm on, right?
He's made it to the NFC Championship twice.
And then watch
Has
this.
he went to the Super Bowl?
What can he say? Hold on. Let me ask you. Hold on one second. Let me finish, right? And so here we go with this, right? And what can he say? I actually had to play against Pat Mahomes. Who is Lamar Jackson have to play against that keeps him from getting into the Super Bowl, man?
Name me
name me an all-time quarterback that Lamar Jackson has lost to in the playoffs.
Patrick Mahomes.
Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay, so Pat Mahomes is the one keeping Josh Allen from getting there.
He kept Lamar from being there too.
No, Lamar keeps Lamar from being there because he can't get far enough to play him.
Offensive coordinator keeps doing that.
Nah, bro, cut it out. Offensive coordinator didn't throw ducks. Offensive coordinator didn't throw interceptions.
Oh my god.
We gotta stop blaming it on coaches every time. You really do it right to the guy.
Or we're not getting. Never mind. We're not gonna do that.
That's the same thing as when Jared Goff throws. Watch this, bro. He throws a duck into bubble coverage. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I'll go to my grave saying I think Jared Goff might have been point shaving right there. There's no way, but I have young dudes I'm working with right here. They're freshmen in high school that won't make that throw. There's literally no way in hell you can seek that in a window like that with the coverage you had over there. You have 4 guys loaded on one side of the field. Then you get your helmet blown off because you're 6'4" and you can't tackle either. He's a good player, not a great one. And Dan knows that.
So can I speak now?
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro.
I've been trying to speak for 10 minutes, but y'all keep just talking and talking.
Oh, my bad. Oh man, all you gotta do is say, hey, be quiet.
I would have had to scream because you guys just kept going. So I was like, I ain't screaming.
You know how black people be when they at the barbecue? You feel me? No,
exactly.
Angel, I absolutely agree with you. There aren't very many great quarterbacks in the league. To put the G on there or put elite on there is very tough because everybody wants to put great on everything. It dilutes the product. You don't have very many great quarterbacks in the league. Well, so-and-so's top 10. Top 10 isn't great. Top 5, maybe. Once you get to like 3, 2, now you're talking great elite quarterbacks. Top 10, there are not top 10 top elite great quarterbacks in the league. If
I agree.
You think that, you're delusional. Like, I'm not.
That's right.
I didn't say on 3. You could get me on 3. I'd be hard pressed to hear 5, but 3. Okay, but Jared Goff's not one of them. Top 10.
That's right.
Yeah, we could do top 10. Yeah,
maybe.
But Jared Goff has, like, even though we've won games in the playoffs, he's a factor in the winning. He's not the necessary reason we're winning. And I like Jared Goff. I really do. But he's not the guy. Like, I'm waiting for him to have like a 5-touchdown, like 350-yard game, like one where he's just taking it on his shoulders and doing it.
He don't have to, Chris.
Hey, stop! I'm talking, Bandit. I'm talking.
Woo!
Okay? So, time. The reason why we don't have to do that is because we do have Jahmyr Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
So our game is ground and pound. It's going to be that way forever. You're not look at the game where Jared Goff threw like 40 passes. I do believe that was in the Tampa game that we lost. It was a close game, but he threw a shit ton and we lost. He is good with like 30 attempts a game. That's him. If he can get 350 yards out of that, great. He's having a great game. He's having a great game. But
yeah, I agree.
He's not a great player. He has great games. That's
exactly. Can I say this one last thing? And bravo to Chris, man. They need to give you an award for that performance. This is my thing. Have you ever heard a great quarterback? And so to Chris's point, because I wanted to make this point too, right? Have you ever heard any version of media or anybody with any kind of savvy or know-how about football put a cap or want to put a cap on how often a great quarterback should be throwing the ball? Who have you ever heard that about? That's a great quarterback and said we want to put a cap on how many times they throw the ball, because the more you throw the ball, the more likely you are to err. No one who is an elite passer gets that kind of stigma put on them. Golf does every year.
Yep.
And so what Dan has done, he's golf-proofed the offense. We're going to go with his strong suit. We're going to keep you from doing things that you make dumb decisions on. And yes, I'm sorry, Jerry, we're going to hold your hand a little bit. Now, we trust you to do a little bit what you can do, because what you can do, you do well. But when you get outside of that minutia, we start to have problems.
But you're right. Now I will admit.
Dan, can I get one in, Chris?
What?
Yeah, Chris. Yeah. Yeah. But no, hey, I can't say that with Paul. When Paul tell you shut up, you shut up. You feel me? Respect your elders over here. I'm from the South. You respect your elders over here. So when I'm gonna shut up. But when he stopped talking, I'm gonna speak again. But go ahead, Chris. Go ahead,
I'm just gonna add one other thing to that. Now I will agree, Jared Goff did get and it's not much, but he was a little bit more mobile this year. He did run a little bit more. He did slide out of the pocket a little bit more. I mean, if I could see this coming year where he gets just a hair more mobile than that, just a little, like where he can just slide out a little bit more. If he becomes a little bit more, it opens up the options, because it's not like he's a threat to run, but now he's a threat to slide out a little bit. So if you can do a little bit more, maybe, but you're never going to get the G. I'm sorry. You're never going to get that.
So,
you're never going to get great.
I agree.
Yeah.
So to me, Goff is a game manager, but I think he's an above average game manager, if that makes sense. Because Trent Dilfer was a game manager and he won a Super Bowl.
He was an elite game manager.
I do think Goff is better than him, though. No, I'm not even going to insult him like that. But the thing that confuses with me is from game to game, his ball is not the same. What do I mean by that? You look at the Dallas game when he threw 63 yards and caught J-Mo in stride, right? Beautiful throw. But then back to what Ed was saying. How many games where all you see is fucking ducks?
Whole pond of them.
His ball is not same game to game. You cannot.
Same thing with Lamar Jackson.
Some days it looks beautiful, but then other games you'd be like, "What the fuck is that?" His ball is not the same game to game. He has won a game throwing 5 picks. He has lost a game throwing 5 touchdowns.
Hey, Bandit.
I'm here.
Here's a question. How many years has Lamar Jackson been in the league?
I don't fucking know. I'm a fucking Lions fan.
Let's look it up here, Ham. I think it's 8. But
I'm looking at it. I'm just asking Bandit.
No, I don't fucking know. like.
He's been in the league 7 years.
Let me explain.
He's been in the league. He's been in the league for 7 years. The excuses got to stop.
Listen,
He's been in for too long. You can't.
All I'm saying is this. This is what I'm. Let me get my point of view.
If his line's bad, his receiver's bad. There's only one common denominator. Now, granted, he may be a great player in general, like as far as talent goes, but there's a common denominator here. You either have to say, "Hey, front office, I need better players," or you need to go to a place that will get you that. Otherwise, the excuses kind of have to stop.
I tell you one thing. I got a hot take.
Okay.
Kill me if you want to. Kill me if you want to. Give me Jalen Hurts over Lamar. I'm tired of this Jalen Hurts fucking hate. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and he's won one. And guess who he faced? He faced Mahomes twice. And
we're getting there. Richard.
Hold on. Let me get in.
No, we're getting. We're going to have that topic later.
We here now.
We here now. Fuck it.
In both games, Jalen Hurts faced Mahomes. Jalen Hurts has better numbers and is 1-1. What that thing?
I would also say this: who has better talent?
I mean, Jalen Hurts has way better talent. Like
I don't think so. I wouldn't say so at all. I think in terms of their whole career, who's got better players around them? Lamar.
How?
I'm gonna be real with you, man. You kind of got the same mix. Okay, you got an elite running back right there, elite offensive line.
Yeah,
okay.
Top end receivers. Okay. Yep. Top end D line.
What top end receiver?
So you're saying? So brother, no, we're not doing this. We're not. You're saying. No. We're not doing this. No. We're not going to even. No, not this. You're telling me that receiving core is not top 10.
They got one good receiver.
All right, bro. What's the next topic, man? Because now we hot dogging. Because now we hot dogging.
No, go ahead.
Who?
Like Rick said, it's out there now. Let's talk about it. Shit.
No, we hot dogging now, bro.
Bro, they got who they release receivers over there besides Flowers? Elite, like you said, elite.
Flowers, Andrews.
I said one elite receiver and one elite tight end. Flowers and Andrews.
Okay, so you got wait. So you got 2 elite targets, and you mean to tell me you need more?
How many more?
How many elite targets does Pat Mahomes have, man?
Nobody.
Wormley?
Let's go to the next. Like I said, let's go to the next one, man. Because this is like I said, bro. Like I said, bro. Come on, man. We're not even talking about anything at this point. This we hot dogging, man. We hot dogging. Come on, bro. Look, man, you already know I want to see that brother be successful because you know many of us cannot get those jobs. But what can I do? Lie? Continue to lie? You've been in the league 7 years, like Chris is saying, and you never win.
And that's why I like you, Ed. I respect you because you speak the truth no matter what, no matter if it's home, whatever.
Bro, I ain't gonna never be a homer, man. I ain't gonna never be a homer, bro.
Oh man, like I said, first of all, let me speak first of all. I'm not a big Lamar Jackson fan. I like him. You feel me? He's a good ass quarterback in my eyes. You feel me? But this is a team game. Don't just take one person to win the Super Bowl. So you put it all on Lamar.
You got
right.
Bateman.
It ain't right. Man, stop it, bro. Come on. Man.
That's why Detroit lost. When your quarterback turns the ball over in playoffs, it is your funeral. Period.
Exactly. Throwing straight
turnovers, you're not going to win. Goff had 2. Whoever wins the turnover
just go back to y'all just saying he is good as his last game.
Battle in the playoffs is usually
that quack.
About their last game.
I mean, I'm not gonna like in the regular season, I mean, Lamar's talent is really good. It's just, God, there's just something. He gets to the playoffs and it's kryptonite. I don't get it.
He's a great player to sell tickets for your franchise to make a profit. Do not count on him to win anything.
And it's okay. Peyton Manning was that
He's
way.
You know what Lamar Jackson is in Baltimore, man? He's a business partner for ownership. That's what he is. He's a business partner. We gonna partner up to make money. We're not expecting you to win the big one. We're gonna pay you because you make us money, but we're not paying you to win a Super Bowl because you never will.
So basically, you said you don't see the Lions winning the Super Bowl with Jared Goff.
I think it's possible.
I'm talking.
Hold on. I gotta know. In fairness, I have to make a definitive, clear-cut stance. Do I see the Lions winning a Super Bowl with Jared Goff? No.
Do you want the context to it, or you just want a yes or no that? Because there's context to everything.
Look, I asked you.
I'm gonna say no first, then we're gonna add the context to it. No, as it stands now.
I'm gonna ask you a yes or no question about Will Howard. No, he's not an elite quarterback.
Okay, so you finally answered it 20 minutes later.
No, I'm just saying, but the Buckeye and me going to let you answer. But since you said
okay. So no, now hold on. Now to Chris's point about context, no, not in the sense of the way he's used now. No, you can't, because he's not. He's elite quarterbacks win you a Super Bowl with their arm. Jared Goff's not going to do that. Jared Goff is what you call a high-end, I would even say elite game manager. Him and Trent Dilfer are some of the best game managers you'll ever find. Was a two-time MVP with, so you're saying 2 for 3. Who had the better defense?
The Eagles.
I'd say Baltimore, but okay.
Come on, Day. You ain't even Day. You're wrong on that one, bro.
Yeah, completely. But once again, man, they love Mar, bro. They love Mar, dog. Mar is not the cat's out of the bag. The cat has been infected with mange, and at this point, man, it is what put it down. It is what it is. Now, adding context to what you're saying, the way he's used now, no, I don't think Jared Goff can win you a quarterback, can win you a Super Bowl with his arm. He has to have, just like Dan Campbell did, and this was true. I'm gonna say this: if his coach believed him in that manner, if his coach believed in him like that, why would he golf proof? Why would I quarterback proof my own quarterback if I believe you could take us to a Super Bowl with your arm? Elite quarterbacks don't need these kinds of parameters put in for them in the offense.
I mean, I get you. I mean, I understand. The reason why I say context is we can win a Super Bowl with him. You see what I'm saying? We can win a Super Bowl with him because how far would we have gone had our defense not had 19 injuries this year?
He got his places that we ain't never been before. So for you to sit here and say that he can't,
come on, man.
Yeah,
he got his places we ain't never been.
Gotta add context.
32
years.
Cut it out,
man.
I like Jared Goff. Look at
his bad defense.
Okay, can I ask y'all this, man?
This question, since you want to go there, you don't think if we had Stafford with this team, with these weapons, with everything around him, he couldn't do the same thing or better? Damn, that's a long pause.
It's a long pause.
I can't answer. I don't know that. I don't know.
Stafford never had this running game. Stafford never had these offensive lines. Stafford didn't have the multiple wide receivers and weapons on offense.
Didn't have the defense either.
Your pause told me everything I needed to know.
Because I don't know that answer, bro. I don't.
There's a reason why Stafford and Goff switched spots. And the Rams won the Super Bowl with Stafford and not Goff.
Hurts is elite. He played good a few games, but come on now. He's a Super Bowl champion. Your boy Lamar is not and never will be.
Quit disrespecting Hurts.
Listen, I don't care what y'all say. I'm going to defend my quarterback to the day I die.
And OG Chris, what do you have to say on the matter?
So literally they were talking about this morning, and a guy had a good analogy for Jalen Hurts. He said Jalen Hurts is a game manager, but game managers make elite plays. So he was using that as a reference. So your game manager, like, so when we take that off this fucking screen so I can show you what I'm talking about. So look, we've got here's
Chris
your,
is 0-1 tonight.
Here's your top
Ball.
like, 22 elite quarterbacks. Here's your game managers. There's so many of them in the league that people try to rank them and push them into the great column. They're not there. I'm telling you, there's not very many elite quarterbacks.
Right.
So calling somebody elite is crazy in this league. Maybe Holmes, maybe Josh Allen. I mean, there's not very many. That's if you saturate the league and call everybody either great or elite, you're really saturating the product. Yeah, I mean, there's only one or two, maybe.
I think there's three, and that's it.
Who's the third one you think? Oh, Joe Burrow?
Daniels.
Who?
Daniels. Daniels' talent is legit.
I agree.
He's a rookie quarterback that drug his team like that and beat us with his arm. Daniels' talent is without question legit.
I usually have to give quarterbacks 3 years before I can approve them for something. But because if he comes back next year and he has a CJ Stroud year, now everybody's going to be like, well, he sucks. You know.
Well, can I put my picture up, Chris?
Okay, you're approved to do so.
I would say Burrow's in there too. No, you're right. Burrow's in there too. Still 4. Because Burrow is the guy. I think if you give him the right weapons, he can win you. He can win you a Super Bowl if you give him a real team with his arm.
Yeah, I mean, he had his defense last year. Joe Burrow's defense last year was so bad.
Poor guy.
So, with that said, so do y'all agree with this list right here? With Goff being the third best quarterback in the NFC, with behind Jalen Hurts, Daniels, followed by Matthew Stafford and Baker Mayfield?
I would put Stafford above Goff.
I would, yeah. I'd have Goff 4.
So y'all agree with Jaden Daniels being 2 after 1 year, second after 1 year?
Angel does. I don't. I would have him on the list only because I don't put rookies on like the top 5 rank. I give them a couple of years, 3 years before I start ranking them because you got to see if they can stay. Now, if he has another really good year next year, then maybe you can. But that third year, if he's still projecting upward, that's great. That just shows that he can stabilize.
Okay, but what if that is a right now?
I mean, I like Chris has this barometer,
Right
so
now.
and I like that. That's fair.
I still put him on a list right now. Like if we had like 5, like last year when we had like, or not last year, well, like you have like Michael Penix that had a few good games towards the end of the year. Like if 3 quarterbacks were great this year, I still wouldn't put any one of them on this list because if you're talking in a nutshell 1 year, then Stafford's not on this list. Baker Mayfield may be on this list because there's some guys that had some really good years. Lamar Jackson had a great year this year. I mean, but he didn't have a good playoff. So, like, where do you put that? You know,
This
see
is
what I'm
NFC,
saying?
though.
What?
I put that to the same because to the body of work. If we're going to use the body of work argument, I put that to the same thing we've seen with Lamar Jackson. We've seen consistent inconsistency from Lamar. Then, if you're 7 years into the league, then you're consistently inconsistent. You're not reliable in the playoffs.
Yep. No, I get
You're just not reliable. You have a body of work of not being able to get the job done.
If it's just a 1 year product, I mean this is fine. I mean I don't mind Jaden Daniels being on there. I like it as because I mean you don't see Patrick Mahomes on here, so obviously it's not
Because it's NFC quarterbacks only.
Well, you got to remember I'm old and can't read, so
Yeah, that's what I keep trying to tell you. It's just NFC quarterbacks.
so yeah, I get it. I get it now. Too much of the Dr. Pepper, if you know what I'm talking about.
That's all good.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, we
I got
know.
your back, homie. One
we
old
know.
man to another. That's why I'm trying to help you and keep telling you it's NFC quarterback. I got your
I
back,
know.
homie.
I get it. I wasn't. I couldn't do anything but hear my own self talk. So, but I admit my faults. Other people.
But yeah, I think this is great. And just to add one more thing with this list, and this is just a tidbit, and this is what I always say: Baker Mayfield goes to what I always say. Man, you can't judge a guy right off of 1 year or 2 years, man. He was a number one pick and was in shitty situations. He finally got to a good situation, and you're seeing he's not a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
The problem is
Tampa's relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, Baker Mayfield is probably one of the best comeback stories we've had in a long time. Like,
yeah.
So let me ask you this: who do you think is more talented, Baker or Jared Goff?
Baker.
I don't want to say it.
Bandit's gonna get mad at us, y'all.
I mean,
who do you say? Who do you say, Ed?
In terms of, like, say, who's more talented? Just like I said with Jaden Daniels, I can look at Jaden Daniels, even though he be a rookie, and tell he has vastly superior arm talent and decision making, even as a rookie. Same thing with Baker Mayfield. He is more talented than Jared Goff. Jared Goff has just had better teams.
But okay.
Also, I will say this: Jared Goff also approaches the game. Jared Goff, his edge is he's more professional. But some of these bad situations we're talking about, Baker Mayfield created those.
Yeah.
With his behavior and his lack of attention to detail and then how we approach the game. So I say Jared is a consummate pro. I'll give him that. That's what happens when hard work beats talent.
Yeah.
He's focused. He's ready to do it. Nobody can say that Jared Goff does not work hard. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, he makes up for whatever he can't do, like in terms of talent. He makes up for it in freaking what's it called? For the most part, in accuracy and like timing and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. What would happen? So next year, if Jaden Daniels has a down year, are you gonna just review it as the year, or would you change your mind?
I'll review it as the year depending on how bad it is. But I don't think this young man is. I'll say this: I was never high on C.J. Stroud.
Oh, you weren't? I was kind of high on C.J. Stroud.
I was never very high on C.J. Stroud.
I wasn't a big fan of Young. I was higher on C.J. Stroud.
Mm-hmm. So that's just me, though. I could be wrong. He could have a resurgence next year. And I also think there's a lot of distractions that's going on with C.J., man. But then the professionalism is a part of being the best too. If you're bringing all field issues onto the field, that's part of being the best, man. Best don't do that.
Yep. Yeah. You are who you surround yourself with. So if you surround yourself with idiots and you just want to be the guy and you want to hang out, you want to go, hey, have at it. But that doesn't mean you're running.
I think you said that perfectly, man. Because I think that's if you look at some of C.J. Stroud's circle, young fella, you're not like that. Young fella, you're not from round the way. You're not that's not who you are, man. So I'm just with some of these guys, Bandit, man. You know what I'm talking about with some of these young dudes, man. You ain't no thug, young fella.
You ain't about that life, bro.
You ain't about the life. You ain't flipping nothing but a cell phone. Cut it out. Stop hanging out with them guys. And you got a job to do, man.
Are we talking about some basketball player that carried a gun like last year or the year before? just saying. I mean, and it's funny because these rookies, they get these rookie camps, they get these players, they get these briefings that say, hey, and it just seems like it goes right over their head. They have no people that are telling them, idiot. These people are just wanting you for the money, or I mean, I'm sure the team tries to give them these, but they just don't want to hear it. I mean, at that point, as a player, you have to self-reflect. You have to look in the mirror and say, how do I make myself better? Who's around me? Who's causing this? Is it a me thing, or is it other people around me? And I have to feel like I have to accompany them or something.
I agree.
I mean, everything.
What's the next topic, Bandit? Oh, my bad, Rick. My fault.
No, I was just gonna say everything you do in life has consequences, good or bad.
Yep.
No matter who you are. But I just wanted to finish one thing off of golf. And the thing to me that really creates this conversation is just consistency. One game he looks really good, 18 of 18, or a beautiful ball, and then the next day it's a pond full of ducks. It looks like duck hunting out there.
Skate shooting.
Yeah, that's the thing that's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's the game-to-game consistency.
Yeah.
It's what separates him from here to here.
Yeah.
Do we all agree?
Yeah. He's good, not great. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's not a bum at all. Now, that crazy stuff about he's a bum, that's stupid. But he's not a great quarterback. No.
Yeah, because I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, Hendon Hooker needs to start." No, I'm not saying
that's
that.
crazy. If he was good enough to play, he would play.
Yeah. Hell, he couldn't even get the damn backup role in the playoffs. Teddy Bridgewater.
We're not even going to start talking about Hendon Hooker. Relevant as hell.
Hey, man, Teddy came off the street and took his job.
Yeah, you feel me? That's what I said. Let's not even talk about somebody that's irrelevant as fuck.
Hold the whistle.
Bro, he came off the sidewalk and took your job, man.
We ain't even going to bring up people that's irrelevant as hell right now. You feel me?
Teddy was like, I was coaching last week. I was coaching a high school or college last week?
High
school.
Yeah.
He hasn't even been working out. Bro, I read the playbook. Teddy look, I just read the playbook with my quarterback and went home and had a brew.
Hey, Ed, he said, hold my whistle, let me go back to quarterback.
And to that, it was look at the whistle. But when Ted got in there, bro, he didn't look bad when his ass got in there.
No, I got respect for Teddy. That's respect. We talk about how bad Hendon Hooker must be. Because some of these delusional, ridiculous fans will say moronic foolishness like, Hendon Hooker better than Derek Goff. Man, shut up, dude. Shut up, man. It used to be a time. It used to be a time, man, where there was a level of natural shame that kept people from saying stupid things. But now people are just so shameless, bro. It's for real, man. Like, nobody minds looking like an idiot now.
Yeah. Because
they get praised so much, man. That's the problem with society, dog. Idiots get put on the pedestal. Dots get put on the pedestal. Bums get put on the pedestal.
Hey, I say some stupid shit, but I stand on it. You feel me?
I don't know. You were burying your head earlier, so I
listen.
don't know.
I was looking stupid, so shit. What you want me to say?
I
took it like a man, though. You feel me? Hey, listen, I took it like a man, though. You feel me? Like shit.
Y'all funny, man.
Hey, Ed, you said that best, though. I respect that take you just had about the Bridgewater Hooker situation.
Every day you try to learn something new. If I'm wrong about something, shit, correct me when I'm wrong and acknowledge me when I'm right. For real, you feel me?
I mean, in today's society, everybody's looking for a click. Everybody wants to say something to either be the first to say it or it doesn't matter because if they were stupid, one or two people may remember it, or it just goes away. And okay, well, that's what I can do all the time. I can just make a stupid take, and if I'm right, I'm going to post saying I said it first. If not, I'm going to bury it or remove it, and nobody's the wiser. And
that's why I try to do my research before I post anything. You feel me?
I feel that.
Yeah, like I might not be the first one on it, but shit, I got the correct shit. You feel me?
Exactly.
And make sure y'all subscribe to Detroit Fan Report on YouTube.
Please do. These brothers are quality.
All right, we're gonna get into this Pistons toss, man, before we get out of here, man, because you want to go kick it with my sugar, baby. It's Valentine's. One time. So, Pistons. Boom. Whoop the Bulls' ass back to back. You feel me? Right now, there are 6 in the standings at the All-Star break. 2 games behind Milwaukee. How y'all feeling about Pistons? Before we get into that, did y'all see Kid Cunningham's move he did with
White tried to bam it down and miss the dunk. A little more insult to injury at this point. Thompson to the line from Duran. What a play.
That wasn't the reverse, but that
Wrong
was
one.
nasty too. That was nasty. That was nasty.
Cade does to the basket for a jam. Count.
Mm. 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 Mm.
Hey, he did that in Jordan's house.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Nasty.
Mm. Mm.
Are you gonna be
Horrible jealous.
Are you gonna be okay over there, man? Do we need to
I mean, I'm doing better than Buzelis is.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Man, look, that's crazy.
I think this is getting boring. Blaha on the call. Yeah, I
Yeah,
said it
yeah, you're
earlier,
right.
like Blaha has needed to retire for the last like 3 years.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
He does, bro.
you know he's been there for a while. When I was in my 20s and I was watching him and hearing him, you know he's been there for a while.
Hey,
Bro,
that was a kid.
I couldn't believe.
He's gone through so many rebuilds and he's still there.
Exactly, bro. I was literally in elementary school. I remember my dad dropping me off to literally kindergarten, bro. Literally kindergarten. I remember my dad dropping me off. We're in the truck. We're listening to radio, man. To the radio replay about George Blaha. Count that baby in a foul. Man, I'm talking about way back. We're talking about 30 years ago, man. It's about 30 years ago, bro. I'm like, dog, this, and then, bro, look, you can tell he out of gas, man. He stood up there and said, look,
he's like Cade Cunningham with the dunk, and that's it,
bro. That's pretty much what it was. Yeah, for real, man.
Cade does to the basket for a jam. Count that, baby, and a foul.
I guess he pushed it, huh? Left hand. This is difficult. You know the last.
For the jam.
Bro,
For the
have
jam.
you ever seen an announcer scream with a straight face? George Blaha just did.
What a jam.
Count that baby and a foul.
Remember okay, so you know the broadcast, the broadcaster for the Lions games right now, the guy that's always standing up, he's got the little headset on, and that used to be Blaha like 40 years ago.
How old is George, man?
Yeah, because Blaha used to say, "Count that baby in a foul."
He doesn't have the energy anymore, man.
Well,
let me look up.
You can only do it for so long.
Foul,
with the jam.
You can't get too hyper, man. Your heart will explode.
Rich
Yeah,
with the
George is
jam.
79, man. George is 79. It's over.
Yeah.
With the jam. But
the problem is because he's such a. I mean, they just said it earlier today that he's up for he's going to go into the Basketball Hall of Fame. But I mean,
long overdue.
It is very long overdue. I mean, he should have been in a long time ago. But
yeah,
I mean, he'll retire when he wants to retire. I mean, that's probably what's going to end up happening.
Damn, he Chris age.
That's wild.
Day. I'll let that pass right now. It's Valentine's Day for another 20 minutes.
All right, next question for y'all. So, how do y'all feel about the Pistons on this All-Star break? And can they contain this winning streak and get to that third streak and get home court?
So,
in the
who
first
wants
round?
to go first?
I'll say I hope it doesn't cool them off because they were doing pretty well down the stretch there. I hope it doesn't cool them off, but it gives everybody else a rest. I mean,
so these 5 games after the All-Star break is really tough. They got
I was looking at
San
the record.
Antonio, they got Atlanta, they got who the hell else they got? I think Dallas, I want to say.
Hold on, I'll find it for you right there. Right there.
I looked at it the other day. They got 3 home games and 2 on the road. I think the
have,
ones on the road are Atlanta and San Antonio.
So they have the Spurs, the Hawks are away, and then they got the Clippers, the Celtics, the Nuggets.
There we go.
In the March, the Nuggets, the Nets, all at home. So it's like a 4-game homestand. Then they have the Jazz, Clippers and the Warriors and the Trailblazers away. So it looks like kind of a West Coast trip.
Yeah, but then 5 games right after the All-Star break, that's tough.
I think they'll be all right.
So let me ask a realistic. What would you like to see him go? I'm going to say no less than 2-3, 3-2. With them, just them 5. Because even Atlanta and San Antonio, even though they don't have winning records, those are still tough games. We lost to Atlanta not too recently. Versus San Antonio, Fox, Wemby, those are still tough games. I mean, and then the other 3 have winning records. So that's what I would say. Go ahead.
Who's next up, Bandit?
Go ahead.
I'd say the only team better than them in that 5-game stretch is what they play Denver, right?
At the very end, the 5th game is Denver.
The 5th game, that's the only team that's actually better than them on paper. To be very real with you.
Well, the Celtics are too, though.
The Celtics, yeah.
I think they beat the Spurs. I think they'll have trouble with the Hawks. I can't call that game. I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to go on a 3-game losing streak. They're going to lose to the Clippers, lose to the Celtics, and lose to the Nuggets. I
think they beat the Clippers. I think they beat the Clippers. Yeah, Kawhi's not going to play. That's one. I think they beat the Clippers. I don't think defensively they have an answer for Cade Cunningham at all. So I think they beat the Clippers. To be 100 with you, Boston is Boston. But then again, they played those. They've not gotten washed. They played those teams very competitively. And with the Hawks, we really didn't have any business losing that game. To be very honest with you, we've beaten them twice this year already. Trae Young had to have an out of body experience and actually shoot well from the field, unlike what he's been doing. Unlike what he's been doing this season, just to win the game on a buzzer beater, where we really didn't play well defensively. They said Detroit about to blow ATL out. ATL isn't the same team as before. I agree. So realistically, I say 3-2, low end. I wouldn't be surprised if they went 4-1 if they come to play. Now, granted, if they don't come to play, I think when they lose, it's going to be because they did not come to play. That's it. But if they come to play at 4-1, I think they can is very doable. 3-2 on the low end.
So you think they could either beat the Nuggets or the Celtics?
Yes.
Okay. So here's a question for this. So how much does the addition of what's his name, Schroeder?
Schroeder.
Okay. How much of a help was that? How much of an added bonus to our team was that?
I'll let Ed go on this one.
So for those games, all right. So let's say this: both of those. There's 2 Boston games that we played. One we actually got waxed on. And K was the only guy that showed up. The other 2, we actually probably should have won if we had a backup point guard. We were up 15 in one of them, and then we were up 17 in another one of them. And then in the non-Cade minutes come, and nobody can handle the ball. Now, I'll throw this tidbit in, and some may not like it. Mind you, this is still when Jaden Ivey was healthy.
Yeah.
And I just want to let folks know that this is why we got to keep it real about this guy, this young man. Is he a move the needle type of player? Is he a real Robin to the Batman? I personally do not think he is. I think he's a good role player. Okay. That's what I think Jaden Ivey is. Because if he was that, let me say this, man. If J.I., right, was what people are saying he was, you would not have needed to go out and get Dennis Schroeder. You still needed a guy like Dennis Schroeder even when Jaden Ivey was healthy. The non-Cade minutes were still abysmal. We could not maintain a lead with Jaden Ivey trying to run an offense. Mm-hmm. Period. And you can tell by the way Cade is defended that opposing teams don't care about his teammates. If we lose because Jaden Ivey busted up behind, so what? Cade didn't get off. If we lose because Dalen Durham busted up behind, so what? Cade didn't get off. If we lose because of Sarah Thompson, well, I actually think his offense is real. Is busting up behind? Who cares? I think if you're asking me who the perimeter guy who's showing that he has a chance to actually break out and be partnered with Cade, it's Tassar.
I've noticed he'd come up a lot more nowadays.
Yeah, because you see when he gets going, just like his brother, right? There's no answer for their kind of athleticism.
And you
No answer at all. They're too big. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, go ahead. I don't want to interrupt
No,
you.
no, go ahead, bro. No, go ahead.
If you watch how Cade has been using Osar lately, is gives him the ball as he's got momentum going downhill, like a running back, like a Derrick Henry. And once he gets going down, Ed's right. His athleticism, a man's athleticism, is unreal. Plus, if you do collapse on them, him and his brother are both this way. They can pass. They got good basketball IQ, and they can pass the ball. You seen that on the clip that Bandit didn't mean to show, but he did, was when Cade threw it up to Osir. And he
White tried to bam it down and missed the dunk. A little more insult to injury at this point. Thompson alive from Duran. What a play!
And even where he put it in
IQ
in Duran's damn, you know what I'm saying? Like perfect. Just like if you and I were teaching our kids how to do a bounce pass. We teach
how you move the ball.
Yes, right? Like he put it perfect. As he's up in the air, like his basketball IQ is very good.
Let me ask you guys this, if I may, fellas. Let me ask you guys this. So if you watch the last, say, 5 to 6 games that Duran and Asar have been breaking out, right? Who generates better quality of offense with the ball in their hand, Jaden Ivey or Asar Thompson?
Asar.
Ooh, that's
Asar.
Asar.
Yeah,
it's Asar all day.
Asar. Asar actually looks like, and then shouts out to Locked On Pistons at Kuka Hill, because he's been saying this for a while. Put the ball in Asar's hands. Now, granted, I think that's because he's still recovering from those blood clots, man. I think Asar right now, this obviously he's probably now he's around 75, 80%. He's still not all the way back. And he's doing this. Now that his wind is caught back up with him, we can now see the work that he's actually been putting in. He's still been putting in work in the gym, even though he was recovering. So it's handling, huh?
I just wanted to help you with your point. Your point is proven by that game that Cade was out.
Yes.
Instead of putting a point guard in, they put Beasley and Asar and Duran actually led your offense. They were like your point guards that game.
Now, watch this. Now, one more question, right? Do you think these guys break out with Jaden Ivey stopping the ball?
No.
I have nothing against this young man. I'm just keeping it real with what I'm saying. I see a quality role player, but I don't see a Robin to a Batman. And when we go through in terms of how our offense has looked, ever since we've been going through Cade, Asar, Duran, and we let these guys play and develop and build that chemistry, it's looked better than anything we had when Jaden Ivey was healthy. I'm sorry. That's just the truth.
So here's a question I have to that. It's a two-part.
Yes, sir.
One, okay, because I watch the games. I don't follow the team like you guys do. So
fair enough.
Question one, when is Jaden Ivey due to come back, if at all, this year? And two, what role is he going to play when he does come back?
I mean, he'll be your starting 2 guard for sure. I mean, that's what's going to happen. In terms of coming back this year, Rich, didn't they say he had a chance of returning for the playoffs? If they make the playoffs, there's a chance he could return for that. I mean, the fibula is a non-weight bearing bone in your leg. So
your chemistry right now with your team, the way they're going, you put him back in.
I wouldn't. I agree. No, man, you 100% right, bro. I'm glad you said that. Now I don't have to say it. I think that's an ultimate point right there with Bandit made. There's no point. But now watch this, bro. If he's truly healthy, you don't want to mess your chemistry up. What's the point of keeping him? Period.
There you
go.
I
got a hot take.
That's what that's the reason why I asked the question.
And Ed might agree with this.
Okay.
If I had a choice, I could only have one. I'm taking Beasley over Ivy. I think he brings more to the team.
Are you saying that because he broke the all-time 3-point record?
No, it's not. You got to watch the games and see what Beasley does.
I understand
And
that,
that's
but I'm
not
just
even
saying.
accounting what he means as a veteran leader. But just
I see both. I see both sides of the point. I mean, I see where Bandit's objection might be, and I see the point Rich is trying to make. I would say so. This has been my point about the whole say the J.I. Cade fit. I think it's about having a player in the mold of a THJ or Beasley next to Cade. Cade does not need another two guard that handles the ball extensively or needs the ball in his hand to make anything happen. Cade doesn't need that.
That was going to be my point. Beasley don't have to have the ball like Ivy does to be effective.
Yeah. I think Cade needs a 3-and-D guy. Like what I would like to see, right? I would like to see the Pistons go out and get a guy like a Nickeil Alexander-Walker at the 2. Elite shooter with 3-positional lockdown defense. And then so with Asar, right? So Ben, let me ask you this, right? If Asar is starting to bud, if Asar is starting to reach his potential offensively too, right? Do you need both? Because this is a 2-part question to everybody on the panel. Do you need both Ivy and Asar? Number one. Do you need both of those guys?
No, I don't think you need both of them.
Okay.
That's why I was hoping that we could trade him because he's still got
upside.
Yeah.
He's got value. But now this, go ahead, bro.
No, I'll let you go, Ed. I was just going to say who I see Alseer as, and I know, I don't like the comps, but I'm telling you what type of player I can see him end up being. Like a Ron Artest. They're both about the same size.
Yeah.
They both can handle the ball. They both can post up. They both similar. Ron was a better shooter. If he can get that shot, I can see them similar players, Ed. Similar.
I think this game reminds me like a Artest or even a Scottie Pippen. To be very honest with you, caliber player. No, you got to prove you got to prove that, young fella, all the time. Right, but in terms of like the mold, yeah. But now also here's the question, because I think sometimes as fans we overlook this fact: not all these guys can get paid.
Sure.
Yep.
That's a bench sport.
It's just like any sports team. You have to pay some guys, and you have to draft guys to take over for the guys you're going to trade off. Like it's still a fill and trade situation. So
well,
I'm going to have to fill guys.
Ed has also made this point up in other conversations that I've been involved with him. Asar also helps with your rebounding.
Yes.
Ed has mentioned that before.
Yes.
He helped Duran with the rebound, like him, Cade, so that he adds a lot of value in different parts of the game. Passing, running an offense, rebounding,
defense, Lord. Defense, crazy work.
So
I'm just saying,
if you look at his value is higher than a JI.
Fair enough. I'm just saying with this, if we realistically, you get a big 3 and that's what you get to build the core around. You know what I'm saying, for basketball, maybe a 4th guy. You know what I'm saying. Everybody else has to be filler players. I'm just asking. Hey Ben, let me ask you this, bro. 100% potential JI. Let's say you have some Dragon Ball Z, one-touch Namek stuff going on, dog. You can unlock both these young men. Do you unlock 100% potential All-Star or 100% potential JI? Which one do you do? Your personal opinion.
Are you asking me, or are you just asking me?
We're asking Bandit.
You asking Bandit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bandit smoking.
JR. I'm going with JR. I'm not.
Bandit is still on the Ohio Will Howard thing.
Listen, no. I've been listening to you and Rich talk. You feel me? No, I'm gonna definitely go with JR if I get him to his full potential over Ivy. You feel me?
JR.
I feel like we already seen Ivy at his full potential, and like
he's been.
Who's JR?
I mean, too much weed, man.
Wrap up the show, bro.
It's Valentine's Day, bro.
Man, look, we ain't gonna hold you up no more, man. I'm done.
In 3 minutes, it won't be. So you can't celebrate it anymore.
I'm gonna celebrate it. I'm
done, bro. Hey, go ahead, do your thing, bro.
Listen, y'all just been going back. Y'all just been sitting here, man. Like, my bad, bro. Like,
no, you straight.
I saw it. My bad. I said his name. I said JR. My bad.
Hey, bro. You know, all the other besides Bandit been going.
Man, whatever.
Bandit been going for like 10 minutes, bro. Hey, bro, I'm like, Bandit, I got a question for you. Bandit. Bandit, like the third question.
I've been letting y'all talk. Because I ain't want to get told, shut up again or something like that. You feel me?
I didn't do that. And Pop's defense, he was correct because he came with the heater when he said that. He came with the fire, man. It was all facts. That's why we love having the sage wisdom on the panel, man. Sometimes the oldest man in the room got to speak flat out.
God damn it, Bandit!
Shut up!
So I was looking at Asar Thompson versus Jaden Ivey, and there is a stat somewhere. I have to look it up. It's called it's like it's stats per like full game minutes, like 48. I think it's 48
or 36.
36 or whatever. But I do believe in almost every category, with the exception of like one or two. I think Asar Thompson wins in every single category. So
yeah,
more impactful.
Yeah, and so that's what you need to look at, like, because he only averages a few more, like 8 more minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
But Asar Thompson is not that far away in most of the stats, if not leading, even in reduced minutes over Jaden Ivey.
Yeah.
And the big thing is Jaden Ivey averages 3 turnovers and Asar Thompson does not.
Yeah.
He's like under 1. So
and he shouldn't be doing that because his usage rate. Here's the thing. So high usage players can turn the ball over.
Yeah,
high usage players can turn the ball over. And I mean, Magic Johnson averaged 4 turnovers for his career, and nobody would doubt the caliber of passer he's because you shouldn't. When you're that good offensively, you get the ball and you're gonna get turnovers. What kills the team is when role players turn the ball over. When guys like THJ turn the ball over. When JI turn the ball over, but you don't handle the ball enough to have 3 turnovers a game.
Yeah. Right.
So what does it tell you? You can't dribble, and you're really not a facilitator.
See.
Yeah.
See. Also, the importance about having other ball handlers when Cade's on the floor is his post game. You got to have someone to give it to him in the post because his post game
is amazing.
I would put that up there, and I said this, Ed, to you and Drew when just us 3 were talking. I have seen him post up Durant, who's taller. I've seen him post up Patrick Williams. Yeah. It's not just Alvarado's and the Paynes and the small guards. He'll post up anybody.
He's very strong. He's very, very strong. Did you see?
Yeah,
he's a big body boy, man. He ain't no 220 either, man. Because Drew said this, and I think Drew is right. Cade's got to be 230 plus right now. Cade's a big dude, man. I've seen him in person. Cade is a really yoked dude, man. Did you see the Orlando game? He took Wendell Carter Jr. down and abused him in the post. Wendell Carter Jr. is 270.
Yeah, he must. Because right now it says he's 220, but he probably gained a few pounds.
Yeah, he's not. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. If he's 220.
I'm sure it's from the beginning of the season, but I'm sure it's probably.
I don't think he was ever 220. He knows how to use his body.
Yeah. So here's the thing with the listings about weight. Yeah, he does. Here's the thing about with listings about weight, right? Because I'm a big, NBA combine guy. Because you know what I'm saying. Because I don't like how they lie about these listings that they give us. They have Asar listed at 6'6", 205 on the NBA app, right? Or NBA.com. If you go look at his combine measurements, Asar was 6'6" with no shoes and was 218.
Yeah.
He was not a little guy. Yeah. And you look at him now, the kid's big. Him and his brother are yoked. Those are not skinny boys, man. Asar is probably 225 right now.
The other thing about Cade too is if you if you really look at it, his shot really don't get blocked that much. It reminds me a lot. Remember Sheed?
Yeah.
Rasheed Wallace. His shot didn't get blocked much. Why? Because he had that fucking high arc.
Yeah.
When you have that high
not
arc
only
shot,
that, but his arms were so freaking long.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, bro.
So,
Cage
so
wingspan
when
is
you
7
add
foot.
that, so Chris, you are right. When you have them long arms, and like I said, you have that high shot, it is hard to block.
Bill Cartwright. Bill Cartwright.
Yeah.
He had that big old like shot.
Yeah. So when you're coming up from 7 foot and you got that high arc, it is hard to block.
It is.
That's why I had, remember, Ed, I have told you or had this conversation. A lot of my points with you and Drew that we've been in conversations together is this year I have seen the Oklahoma State Kate. You know, where he goes in the post, he takes over, like this guy has literally, he was ranked 67th overall coming into the year.
Mm-hmm.
He's top 24. Why is he top 24? Because you're an all-star. When you're an all-star, there's 24 guys. So to me, he is a top 24 player in this league. Rank him where you want. I'm not doing that right now. I'm just saying top 24.
Yeah, I agree. I think K is actually a top 15 player, to be very honest with you. I think he's.
And I wouldn't disagree with you.
And I'll tell you why, because to me, it's without a doubt, he's the best point guard in the East right now. Period. I'd say that he's better than Brunson because once again he affects both sides of the ball. He's better than Trey, both sides of the ball. Shoots a better percentage. Both sides of the ball, man. I mean, we keep going back with this. He's a better individual player than Darius Garland, although Darius is a stud. Love Darius Garland. You know, when you're the best at your position, and to me in an entire conference, you got to be a top 15 to top 10 player, approaching top 10 player.
Absolutely. I won't disagree with you. You're not gonna get an argument out of me.
All right, so I just looked up Cade's the last, because you already know when you're a guaranteed top 5 pick, they don't make you go through the combines at all, really in any sport except for maybe football. They only ask you to throw if you're a quarterback. Yeah, his wingspan 7'1".
Holy shit!
7'1".
And he's what, 6'6"?
6'6", legitimately. No shoes,
So
6'6".
That backs up what both me and Chris said, or what Chris and I said.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Well,
all right, I appreciate everybody that came out to 275 people, man. We got two versus favorite.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you, dog.
For real. Please hit that subscribe button, man, on Detroit Fan Report and follow us on X, man. I'm gonna let
Put the
everybody
cash up out there, Bandit.
Everybody. I'm gonna let everybody know where you can find you.
Why everybody pick on you tonight, bro?
I'm actually put the cash up out there for my boy. My boy worked hard here, man. Bandit put the StreamYard together for us and all that, man. You know,
hey, he worked
hard. My boy Bandit to get some recognition.
Lamar Jackson. He worked hard at defending Lamar Jackson.
My boy worked hard out here. I want my boy to get some recognition, man. Boss and real though, Bandit, dog. Real talk, man. I seen you put better stuff together than a lot of folks that got over 10K subscribers, man. I tip my hat to you, bro. You're a real one, man.
Yeah, sure.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna let y'all know where you can find him at, man, before we head up out of here, man. Even though they be on my ass. And
yeah. You can find me at D313XP on Facebook.
For sure. Paul, who was on my ass tonight.
Legendary.
Bro.
So yeah, you can find me on Twitter or X at Crazy Hockey Fan. You can also find me on Instagram at OnePrideNation_24. You can also find me and Keegan doing Just Winging It, talking Detroit Red Wings hockey at 9 p.m. on Thursdays. Right now they're doing Four Nations, which is basically the All-Star game being replaced by 4 hockey nations playing against each other. Go US.
Mr. Michigan himself.
For sure.
Boo.
Let them know where they can find you at.
What's school on there?
4-0.
That was a nickname I was gonna give you, Mr. Michigan himself, but you just messed it all up. I gotta come up with something.
Mm-hmm. I can't be mad at Bandit with that one. He's like, I can only tolerate so much.
Hey,
let them know they can
if
find you
I
at.
could beat Michigan, but hey, I would feel the same way. Hey, it's all good though. But hey,
y'all wilding tonight, man. Y'all wilding tonight.
But for real though, Bandit, I want to echo what Ed said, man. I do appreciate everything you do, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I know you were the butt of all jokes tonight, but hey, man, you are appreciated, man. You can find me at Riggs928 on X, man.
Appreciate everything, man. Like I said, Chris, let them know when we get 500 subscribers. What happened? Put you to work since you was on my ass.
So
I ain't going out like no punk.
Please hit the subscribe button. Please do so because we have to keep saying this until somebody actually has a chance to win one. So subscribe, like and subscribe, and once we get 500 subscribers, we will be giving away either a Red Wings jersey, Piston jersey, Lions jersey, or a Detroit Tigers jersey. So good luck, everybody. Please subscribe.
We at 386, man. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just said, man, I'm Bandit, man. I appreciate y'all coming out, man. I'm about to go spend the rest of my Valentine's Day with my old lady, man. Everybody, hope you all had a sweet Valentine's Day, man. We just said, man, we out.
Peace.